Welcome back, my feral little family and foes alike. However you come, welcome to have you. We are cleaning my son's super gross room. It's been quite some time since I remembered that my son does have a room and doesn't just pop in and out of the living room when I see him. And I went into the bathroom and died. I just died. So gross. The rest of his room isn't terrible. I know for some of you, you're probably like, wait, that is terrible, but it's not. There's a few dishes and trash on top of the desk, but he has recently cleared off his desk and he did tidy up in the room. Their mess happened past then, but he did a room clean. And when I came in, I realized it needs an actual deep clean. He needs like a grown-up to come in and help. So in this video, we're going to clean his room and his bathroom, but I did get a request that he does not want to be on camera. So some of the editing is a little bit weird here where I do a big chunk of the room and I bring him in to do part of the room for me. Okay, so that is a apron. I'm working on making merch, you guys. That's not a polka dot apron. That is a tiny little Leroy Jenkins polka dot apron. I got a bunch of different pictures of Leroy and put them on a pattern. I'm still working through it. I have a few other merch ideas. We talked about it in a live. And Mac from Midwest Magic Cleaning, he came up with such a hilarious idea. I cannot wait. I actually am going to implement it. Don't even care. So it's going to be amazing. Okay, so I am taking the cover off of this pillow and it is an absolute tragedy. There's so much fuzz in there. You have to, and it's making me sneeze. Look at my pants and my shirt before we get going, and then you'll see in a minute. Now, watch this. Watch Beth.
I need Beth over here to help us out so she can like move something and then go.
Dying. I'm literally dying. Like, seriously, shots fired. Rude. How rude could you be? But I was watching myself do it back in editing, and I remembered Mac did that on his live, and I was like, frick, it's so accurate. So, yeah, cool. Really excited about that. All right, this wall, first of all, look at my pants now. Remember, we looked at the pants before, pants after. That stinking pillowcase just threw up fuzz everywhere. It's catastrophe. It's everywhere. All over my clothes. And I end up sweeping the floor like 48,000 times. I bet you if I went in there now, it would still be covered in fuzz. But I did want to get the walls wiped off because when I send my 11-year-old into his room, I am not saying, clean your room, that I expect him to also wipe his footprints off his wall. Eventually we'll get there. But yes, this is more of like a grown-up tidying job, I believe. This feels like a mom job. So we're going to wipe off the walls. And I wish you could see it better. I wish the dirt on the wall showed up a little bit better. Luckily, the torn paint drywall situation, if you can't see it, don't worry. I'll highlight it with magic. Dun da da. See? So clearly there's some damage to the wall right there. And as I'm wiping it off, some of it's not coming off. I'm going to have to use like a magic eraser. And then in some spots, I feel like I might be wiping the paint off. And I'm like, is this dirt? Or am I removing paint? Am I making it worse or is it fine? Like right there when I did it? Don't know. Don't care. It doesn't matter that much, guys. We just need to get a little ninja roll, get off the bed, but we just need to get most of it off. Look at me. Look at the floor. I am coated. I didn't realize I had such a significant portion on my butt. I thought it was mostly my shins because, what's happening behind me is none of my business. I don't have eyes in the back of my head, so quite frankly, I do not care what's happening. And since we're still having deep clean vibes, let's dust these little blinds real quick. It's not that terrible, but it is so terrible. I can't decide which way I'm falling on. Like this room's not so bad, and yuck. If you got into it, you would see. But I am glad that I dusted those. I never dust my blinds. It makes me feel accomplished. Clearly, I am a superior housekeeper. Okay, I think in a little bit, I tried cracking the window to see if I can get any sort of air circulation, but it's still so hot in Georgia. Immediately it got the room muggy and hot, and it wasn't worth it. So we suffer. I guess I could light a candle in there, but the cleaning products make it better. Okay, so a lot of our situation is laundry. My kid steals every cozy blanket there is. There are so many different blankets. He loves to cuddle up with a good blanket, I tell you what. So the laundry situation is still very much a work in progress. Here I'm trying to get a breathe right strip off the floor. That is a very common theme in my son's room. It turns out he takes them off his nose and just lobs them wherever his little heart desires. And man, do they get stuck on the floor. I picked this one off and one other one, I believe, but I call him in to pick off any others that I find because I don't feel like doing it. Good luck, Beth. You're not getting that fuzz off. That's forever fuzz. Also, forgot what I was saying because I got distracted by the fuzz. Oh, the laundry situation. So the laundry room is still clean, but everybody has all of their laundry that they need to do. And so there's a lot of laundry. Everybody has a ton of laundry. So that's just not going to get solved today. And I'm not willing to move his laundry from one spot to another just to wait. So you'll see in a minute, there's just a laundry mountain. And now we're going to look what's under his bed. He's standing off camera going, Mom, are you going to be mad? Are you mad? And I was like, when you cleaned your room, did you just shove everything under your bed? He goes, not necessarily, which is a very fantastic answer. So I'm struggling because there are like 70 different legs on this bed apparently, and there's no clean swoop that I can do. And I'm nervous to move the bed too much because it'll scratch the floor. It's a really old, really cheap, really crappy bed frame that I think is just like on spikes that is willing to just scratch everywhere. So I hate moving it on this floor. When we had carpets in our old house, it didn't matter. But now it matters. Okay, so initially I'm like, hey, bud, not too many snack wrappers, loving that. It's just regular trash, toys, and, not that bad. See, a little bit more of the laundry mountain. I want to check in with you guys. This is such a good heart day. I am clearly doing way more activity in this room than I was in my laundry room, and my heart was just super happy with me. Couldn't care less. It was having the best day. Okay, I need access to this back corner. My son is over behind us now. He's sorting through everything that I pulled out, and he is pulling out trash. And this is me explaining to him what I meant by trash. I'm trying to let him know that I don't mean the teeny tiny things that could be swept up. I mean the giant chunks of trash. So that's what he's doing. And I'm just bringing him more, collecting more of it for him. And it's getting quite stuck. I'm having the hardest time with this broom and the situation. But look, oh yeah, now we're getting into snacks. So it turns out that the snacks are just being stuffed behind his bed. Yes, we did have a discussion about this. And I pushed you guys a little bit, but that's fine. You guys haven't been pushed around in a while, so getting a little too uppity. Got to put you in your place. Okay, looking better. Oh, Okay, so do you guys watch Fife Free Cleaning? They are, I'm going to say in Scotland because they have crazy accents that make me feel like they're witches. Or at least they can summon like forest spirits to hex people in the nicest way. Anyways, they just recently did a clean and they kept talking about the house as like the house that kept giving. It just kept giving. And they were like, no matter what, they did something and there was just more to do. That's how I feel about the underneath of my son's bed. It was just the space that kept giving. I would clear out a zone, and 2 seconds later, look, I just showed you it was clean. Where did that come from? Clearly, there's a toy under it that we can still see. Like, I showed you that it was empty, and yet more stuff. So, okay, good, we're done, right? I see there's a little bit of trash. And I clumsily am like, oh, I'll show them the pile while my son kind of scoots and hides a little bit. So that's what we're doing there. He's sorted the trash out. I went and sat on the couch for a while. It was amazing. He sorted the trash out. So we're coming back to this pile. I'm just gathering the laundry out of the pile because I have to, there's a ton of stuff right here. So I'm like, okay, let's do categories. So we're doing laundry first, and now we're doing stuffies. We are still so deep in the stuffy phase. And it's not like cute, cuddly stuffies. It's like he's pitting these dolls against each other. It is like crazy, all out battles at bedtime. It's just a lot of rough and tumble play with all of these stuffies. I called them back. There were a couple dishes, and that is like a stress ball that I use on trigger points on my back, and I wanted it. Okay, what are we doing now? Books, because we store books under our bed. And I'm getting really close to being able to a fedora, just in case he meets a girl. How are you going to let her know that you're a nice guy if you don't have a fedora? Okay, and we're close to being able to just sweep these up, I think. Like, I'm trying not to step on the more dirt, and there's so much piled up underneath my feet right now. And luckily, Leroy's supervising. Oh, and then I try to kill him. So, what is this, our second sweep? Ugh, I still, have feelings of it on my feet as we speak. Okay, look at that giant, disgusting pile. And we're done. Thank you so much for watching today. I wish. There's so much more to do. Okay. Now what do I do? I've already forgotten. I did this clean earlier today. That's how good my memory is. I do something next. This area. Okay. So oh yeah. And remember how I got that? Nope. Pants, a Rubik's Cube. This bestie. Hey, dude. When will the stuff stop coming out from underneath my son's bed? At what point do we finally finish? There's a baseball mitt, obviously. And I think I managed to kick a few more things out, but it's endless. And the thing is why don't you just look underneath? So the bottom of the box spring has been ripped open and the fabric sags because my cats climb in and my cats are fat and weigh it down. Look at this bestie. That one's just got some pupils and lipstick. And I had been looking for this shirt for so long. I am so excited. I was chasing the twins down. I was like, I know you stole it. Where is it? Where is it? Calvin stole it. So initially I was like, oh, let's see what's in these bins. I couldn't care less. That's not for me. Not today. Whatever's in that bin can stay in that bin forever. I hope it's not food, but if it is, that's not going to be my issue. These little blocks spell out Roblox. but I put them in the wrong order and I want to see how long it takes them. And now I'm trying to decide what we're going to do with Laundry Mountain. I can't take it anywhere. Sorry, guys, hold on. Oh, there we go. Our favorite bestie. So what I decide to do is to have them watch him sleep. That's got to be good for him. Lipstick bestie doesn't quite make it. He would be blocking somebody else's view, and I don't think that's nice. So he gets to sit in the box seats up top, VIP access, and stare down at my son from on high. So he's like the Taylor Swift of the creepy heads. Nothing but the best for old Swifty up there. So I want to make this look all beautiful and amazing, right? And that's what we're working on a little bit. And then, look at me using my feet. So good at this. Never have to bend over. Oh, and then I go over here and I find this is kind of where he sticks his snacks trash. There's like an entire bag of beef jerky and a soda can. And a water bottle. Okay. I don't know. I'm just taking inventory on what's up there. And I decide, screw it. Let's just make a bigger pile and we can tuck it in the corner. And as we go through life, I will have him cycle through laundry. So I do have him do his bedding and one other load of clothes. Now I'm forcing Leroy to look at himself so he can know he's so cute. And that's what he would look like if he was wearing it. And he says he's so excited that he's on an apron. But he's also pretty sure I'm going to chase him with a broom, so he has to go. Yeah, so, okay, what I was saying before I saw Leroy. Calvin's done 2 loads of laundry today. The twins did 1 load, and then we just need to start chiseling through the laundry. That's going to be a big focus for me this week. We'll see if I actually do it. Okay, you want to hear something crazy? My son has a ton of Pokemon cards. That's 1 stack. Uno cards in the other stack, not snack. And then playing cards for his 3rd. And he doesn't use any of them for their intended purpose. He just likes having cards around. I don't get it. It's very weird. And perfection. Not really. I'm not going for perfection here, guys. I'm just going for less disgusting. I like how I just beat the crud out of him to keep the hair and the dirt off. Ta-da! So I get a slingshot and a baseball mitt. And then I just take it on a tour of the house. And then I bring it back and I'm like, wait, why did I bring that into the kitchen? So that was fun. All right, so while you guys are watching me clean and listening to me yammer, I want to talk about why we are so, all of us, I'm almost sure all of us, if not, look at that heart rate doing amazing. If not 87% of us, why we like to listen to true crime so much. My friend and I were talking about this earlier. I think we have this innate sense built inside us, for so long, so much of us were just trying to survive, to beat out the predators and all of that and to make our offspring survive. We were so in survival mode for almost all of mankind. And then suddenly we built civilization and became more civilized, but deep down in our bones, we still are on the lookout for that level of danger, that level of crime and stuff like that. So we tend to watch it. I feel like we watch it as like a way to feed our subconscious, like, okay, here's what we're going to look out for now. I need to expose myself to this danger so I can spot it. When in reality, we're never going to spot it. The murderer who murders us is going to just surprise us at the time. That's how you get murdered. Hardly anybody's like, oh yeah, I'm going to go with this guy in the creepy van. I'm sure it's fine. Or like, I'm sure he's going to murder me. And then we just get in the van anyways. No, we're always surprised. But the more we research it, the less our chance. I feel pretty confident, mostly, that I'm not going to get in the van. I mean, yeah, maybe if there's like a tiny little baby raccoon or any baby animal wearing pajamas, my odds of survival go way, way, way down. But without that, I wouldn't get in the van. So there we go. Look at all that fuzz on me. That's ridiculous. Okay, here's another breakaway where I'm doing this and then my son comes in and does the trash. But I don't move the camera, so it's just a really good seamless transition. You're welcome. Yay, my cherry scented wood cleaner. I'm so excited that I got to use it. And I don't understand why, but I am baffled that the TV's not running down behind the desk to get plugged in, but it was over the front. Like, why though? Why was that a thing that happened? And then I went under and plugged it in, and the level of disgusting from his feet kicking that spot in the wall. Nope, that's what we got to do next. This part wasn't so bad, but I do think there was applesauce on the wall. So, again, you can't see it, but trust me, just picture so much dirt. I don't know. But is anybody else like super into my eyelashes right now? Is it just me? If you want, you guys should rewind. Watch it again. Watch it 3 times. My eyelashes look good right there. I'm going to have to really go over this footage and cut out how many times I've coughed and cleared my throat. Sorry. I hope I get them all. It'd be horrifying. The level of embarrassed I would be. Look at, who's that? She's so cute. She hated that I was wiping down the walls though. Or maybe she just hates I'm wearing a Leroy apron and not a sweet potato pie apron. But I do like to pick favorites, just like with my kids. I want to pick a favorite and like make it really well known. So I have t-shirts with all of my kids' faces individually. And then I just pick one and I wear that shirt, and that kid gets access to food for a day. She's just the sweetest cat. I was thinking about the other day about how if I ever did a meet and greet, how I would love to have Leroy with me for everybody to meet Leroy, and how I would want to have Sweet Potato and how badly she would hate that situation. Just showing her to a bunch of strangers, she would just rather die. Not for her. And I'm trying to be really kind and not spray her, but she's undecided if she wants to get off yet. Last possible moment, she gets off. So I wiped this off, and yet there is still something like either barbecue sauce or maple syrup. I did not investigate that closely, but it came off relatively easily with a wet rag. I wish this was more aesthetically pleasing. I wish it was cuter, but it's clean and it's functional, and that's all that really matters. I put the fedora on the Swiftie. It just felt right, and it totally fit, so it was meant to be. And our 70th time sweeping, loving that for us. Also, keep an eye on that wood cleaner because it will never move again, and I leave it there. I think it's still in my son's room because when I showed him afterwards, I'm like, hey, your room's done. He's like, oh, hey, there's wood cleaner in here. I was like, yep, I know. I need to put it away. Also in here, so much sand. We haven't been to the beach. Okay, we went and collected shark's teeth a few weeks ago, but besides that, we haven't been to the beach in quite some time. Definitely not short enough time frame that the amount of sand that I was pulling out of his bedroom and the bathroom for that to make sense. It's so much. Sweet Potato gets super mad that I'm vacuuming in her presence, which is not allowed under the Articles of War. The more I think about it, the less I like this vacuum. I'm always convinced it's clogged because I don't think it's doing a great enough job. So I'm happy I have a vacuum. And I wonder, are all electric vacuums like this just not great with the suction? Because I don't really want a corded vacuum, but I will. I mean, I won't. I'll wait until this dies and then get whatever happens to be on Amazon Prime Day. But maybe I need a better suction vacuum. Are Dyson super expensive? I know Dyson hair wraps are breathtakingly expensive and I'll never own one. But does that kind of pricing apply to vacuums? Okay, you guys are in my way yet again. Thank you for moving. There we go. Look how shiny it is. I mean, it'll dry, but initially, super shiny. And I was really excited to get this zone kind of closed out because it felt, hit you. It felt a lot like I was not making any progress, and no matter what I did, more stuff kept happening. I was trying so hard not to wipe where I just mopped, but I needed extra pressure to get that piece off. And it just felt like no matter what, I wasn't really making progress. So you guys are in the tub, and I am getting everything up off the floor. It's yuck. It's dust. It's got sand. It's got dirt. It's no fun. All right. In his bathroom, the shower curtain keeps falling off. We just need a better solution. And then just gets walked on. I keep being like, yeah, buddy, I'll put it up. And then I just don't. So I need to figure out a better solution. He doesn't use the bath or the shower in his bathroom. Everybody uses mine. It's just the popular place to be. But I feel like soon enough we'll get into the teenager phase and he will not want to shower in my room and he will only want to use his bathroom. This toilet lid is not on correctly and I managed to get it on correctly all by myself and I am all the women independent. Like that was basically the catalyst for me ditching Mark because I repaired that. I'm a handyman. I did such a good job. And now it sits straight and I'm sure that wasn't an accident. This is the other Breathe Right strip I decided to pick off because, my son is in the shower and I didn't feel like waiting to force him to pick that up. I was like, I'll do it. Already so much better. And we had to sweep first before doing anything else because it was terrible to walk on. Now, I genuinely thought you guys were in a better vantage point in the shower, but clearly you're not. Clearly this is a terrible camera angle, and I'm so sorry about that, but you're fine. 3 rolls of paper towels. 3 partially used rolls of paper towels. That's insane. So because this bathroom is disgusting and I'm throwing most things away, I also throw away his toothbrush because that seems unsanitary. And I take the toothbrush holder and everything into the kitchen to wash it. See, you'll see me doing that. Okay, I believe I cut out me cleaning the mirror because you don't see it. And I take 47,000 laps to bring everything into the bathroom, which is fine because I am needing my steps. So 2 birds, 1 stone. I cleaned the mirror, cut it out because you couldn't see anything anyways. And this little scrub brush, I love it. I'm so happy for it. It did such a good job on how disgusting this sink was. I genuinely don't know that my son has rinsed out the sink in forever. He actually, to be fair to him, if you start him off with a clean bathroom, he does an amazing job keeping his bathroom clean for the most part. If I remind him, if I say, hey, buddy, today's the day we clean our bathrooms, he does a great job. He knows what to do. He'll scrub out his toilet. He washes the mirror. He'll scrub out the sink. But just like me, if he falls out of the pattern, he can let it get really bad. And so he basically, I think, stopped washing out the sink after he spit everything in. And it was just kind of yuck. And so I have to spend a little extra time with this little power tool and scrub out, I don't know, like water buildup and probably mildew and toothpaste and just, so gross. And like cleaning this reminds me that there's a bathroom upstairs that I haven't done in a hot minute, and that's not fun too. The tops of the counters aren't terrible. There's some speckles of toothpaste like when it came out of the tube, but for the most part, it's pretty good. Okay, so my son is like, hey, Mom, I need to get in there and get changed. Could you make sure you block the camera? So I do. And he's in his room getting dressed. And he's like, oh, man, I would hate for you to get into a controversy. And I was like, a controversy? He goes, yeah, if I walked in like out of the shower and I wasn't wearing any clothes. I was like, yeah, that would be a very significant controversy. But I would never, ever put that on YouTube, Calvin. I would never. Even if you're like, no, I'm fine with it, I'm not going to put that footage on YouTube. And he's like, yeah, because, man, people like YouTube might demonetize you. And I was like, that's not my concern, dude. That's not my concern. I'm not worried about uploading images of you and then my monetization being in trouble. And so we were talking about like consent and being careful on the internet and different things. And he goes, could you imagine if people uploaded pictures of naked people on the internet? And I was like, no, dude, that'd be crazy. And it's just so funny to me because he's 11. And I remember when my kids were much, much younger, I read this article that's saying that 11 is the average age that a kid discovers adult imagery online or otherwise. You know what I'm hinting at, you guys? And I just love that we homeschool, so he's still not even in that zone. Like he hasn't been told by a peer. He hasn't accidentally discovered it. He still thinks that it would be crazy if there were pictures of naked people on the online. And it was just a very funny conversation with him. So I went and whispered it to my husband. And he goes, oh, imagine. I don't know. It's one of the things that I love most about homeschooling is you get to protect the innocence for just a little bit longer. And it brings me great joy. Like also last year was our last year. I don't know. I don't know who's listening to this out loud and who has it in their ears, but what I'm going to say is during the end of the year, it was our last year having the major belief about that one guy who comes and blesses, let's say. Anyways, we had a discussion about that and all the other things that give the season magic feelings and stuff like that. So we made it a really long time with like deeply held belief that those things were real. And I don't know. I love that. I love the shielding that I am able to do. And like we talk about very real things. They're not overly shielded, but we have child innocence for a touch longer. And I love that. Okay, the level of me wanting to not clean this tub. Oh, also, when I moved you guys out of the bathtub, that's when I fixed the toilet seat lid and I cleaned the toilet and I came back and I had never hit record. And I'm super pissed about that because like, how else will you guys know that I am basically Beth the Builder? I am the handiest of handymen. Okay, so the scrubby thing died because I haven't charged it basically since I bought it. That's how long it held its battery for. I just need to plug it back in, but it lasted, like that charge lasted so long and I was really grateful for it. And so I will link that Amazon, my affiliate link in the description. We were just talking about affiliate links and descriptions, not descriptions, but in my last live, whether or not I have them. So that one's linked. I wish I had like a detachable shower head. That's the only reasonable way to clean a shower. I guess I can use a cup. But like, what is this? The olden days? Like a 50s Tradwife cleaning out my tub with a cup. And then I decided to throw these travel things away because they're basically empty. And I don't know why I kept trying to put them on display. So, okay. So I come in and I'm like, yeah, let's vacuum. And then I realized I had spilled a ton of water by the tub. And maybe a vacuum wasn't my wisest of choices. And to be honest, this broom wasn't my wisest of choices either. I just started smearing wet broom streaks after that. Oops. Okay. But, I mean, come on, you guys. Look at the bathroom now. It's not a biohazard. Just a little bit of a mopping and we are golden. Oh, I also wanted to fix my apron and my hair. Just in case somebody was coming over, I guess. I mean, I would try to impress my husband, but the Vikings were playing. And I do not hold a candle to Sunday football. I still can't find my tile cleaner. I'm just using the floor cleaner, hoping that it's interchangeable between hardwood floors and tile. Probably. Whatever. It can't be worse than what was currently happening in this bathroom. Like, no cleaner is going to make it worse. Maybe straight lye, because I think that can like burn flesh. I don't know. Okay. Oof. You guys. So now I am picking out clothes because my son doesn't want to be on camera and I need footage. I am picking out stuff and then I hand it to him. He starts the wash and then he brings me the dry sheets. And I know I have extra sheets for this bed, but I couldn't remember where I put them. So we're just going to wash and put back on. It's fine. And Laundry Mountain needs to get piled back up. And I'm glad I intentionally mopped this side of the room because I knew all of the toys were going to go back down on it. But at least it's a clean floor. And let me tell you, making a bed with 3 detached Swiftie faces watching me, a little bit unnerving. The judgment is very palpable, especially from that top one with the fedora. Very little milady, very much you're not doing it right. You call yourself a tradwife? And I'm all stressed out by their silent judgment. Okay, but like seriously, what's the over-under on my son being a serial killer? Just take it all in and put the odds in the comments below. And then we can preserve it. And 20 years from now, it'll be admitted into evidence. I think that this quilt thing is not for a queen size bed. I think it's for a full, but I put it on there anyways because they're basically the same size. I don't want to talk about the level of struggle I had with this pillowcase. I don't feel like we need to talk about it. I don't want to draw attention to it. It's fine. I did a great job. It was really easy for me to do. And it's fine. I'm amazing at pillowcases. This monstrosity. Look, I totally redeemed myself too. Watch. And done already. See, I am good at pillowcases. That first one wasn't my fault. I was tricked somehow, some way. I kind of want to count how many stuffies are on my son's bed, but I also don't. Okay. So I don't know, like a cozy corner situation? Maybe? It doesn't really matter. By the time everything goes on the bed, it's nonsense anyways. And I'm not going to take my time and arrange these. Okay, but Finzi right there, the red panda, his name is Finzi. He has about 3 Breathe Right strips and 4 chunks of painter's tape on him. I don't know what his evening looked like the night before, but he had quite the time. Ta-da, 40,000. And that one, the worst one. See, look, did you guys see? He tried to bite me. He's vicious. He's a vicious breed. I'm going to have to register him. Okay. We are in the final run. So 1,000th time sweeping. So grateful to be able to be sweeping again. You're in my way. Oh my God, I'm not almost done. Look, the hallway part. Ugh. Yes, brilliant. I gave up on sweeping. Now we're just going to vacuum more of the fuzz up. There's some on that chair. I think I just ignore it, which is best. So much fuzz. I had to change my clothes after I did this room. I couldn't sit on the couch. I'd put fuzz all over the couch. As it is, I may or may not have accidentally dropped a piece of pizza on my couch and may or may not have to put upholstery cleaner on it and clean the couch. I don't really know. It's a mystery. Oh my gosh. Yes. Getting everything out of the room the last little bit. Super happy for it. And Leroy supervising as ever. After we did this, I took all the dogs on the walks because I have to walk them all individually. So Beauty goes first because she wants to walk fast but can't go very far. Then I took Kesha because she neither walks fast nor goes far. And lastly, I took Leroy because he walks fast and goes very far and will go forever. He will walk 10,000 miles and then maybe walk 500 more. And so I am the limiting factor for his walk. All right, so I mopped myself out of the room and forgot that I left you guys there. And I didn't want to just like leave you there to be abandoned and sad. So I'm coming back for you. Look at, never leave a battle buddy behind. And finished results. I am really happy I got this done. The bathroom is no longer a biohazard. Look at that sink. So fresh and so clean. I had a discussion with my son about how we were going to try to stay on top of the bathroom. Bedroom looks way better. It'll be easier for him to keep it tidy. And we got all the dirt off the floor. There's wood cleaner on display, like any young boy wants. 50,000 stuffies. And, you know, our little Swiftie audience. Pretty amazing. I am so glad that we spent time together today. I can't wait to see what we get up to in the next video. And we love you.